first YouTube video. Thank you for joining me here. Like, you're already a part of my family. I'm so happy and grateful that you're here with me and that you're about to receive a reading on self-love and self-acceptance. My name is Veronica and I'm here for you. This is your time to collect yourself, align with yourself, be with yourself, and receive some messages from spirit. So go ahead and create some sacred space if you would like to. Light some Palo Santo, some sage, some rosemary. If you don't have any of those things or know what they are, that's okay. Just cleanse and clear yourself with some deep breaths and make the intention that you are going to receive the messages that are meant for you right now. I'm so excited that I could be here with you and be the one to share these messages from spirit. So thank you so much for joining me, and if you like this video and want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and comment and let me know what you guys thought, what you want to hear more of, if there's any other video ideas or readings that you would love to receive. So yeah, let's get into it. Today we're going to be doing a reading on how to embody self-love, how to welcome more self-love into your life, and what you need to release to really love yourself. I have to be honest, when I went into this idea, it came to me after meditation that really strongly today that I was going to do a reading to help people to embody self-love more. And I did not think that it was going to get as deep as it did. I have to warn you that the next couple of readings do get very deep and go to places that might not be comfortable for everybody to watch. But let's be real. That's where our key to self-love lies. Trying to love yourself is really messy and it does get complicated, and there are, negative emotions in there that we need to face and that we need to see. So I do talk in this reading about your shadow self and what you need to see about yourself that's going to help you to integrate all the different parts of yourself. And I also talk about all of the awesome and great parts of yourself that you may not realize and what people love you for. So I think that this could be, it's definitely not a light and general reading. It goes pretty in depth and it talks about a lot of, intense stuff. So if you really are on the journey of learning how to love yourself and on the journey of self-acceptance, I really highly recommend that you watch this video. So in the next clip, I'm gonna show 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile number 3. And make sure that you just really tune in with your intuition and take 3 deep breaths, pause the video if you have to, and feel in your body, in your soul, gaze at the 3 piles and choose the one that's just really calling out to you. Close your eyes, tune in with your center, take a couple of deep breaths, open your eyes, and while you're in an almost meditative state, gaze gently at all 3 piles. One of them will be really pulling at you and you'll feel that it has a message for you. Which pile has the message that you need to hear for your self-love journey? Okay, so for those who selected pile number 1, whoo! Whoo! Wow, strong energy is coming through. A very strong energy. Like, wow, you guys are the light and the dark, the moon and the sun, like the embodiment. Wow. Okay, so let me just get right into this. So the card that you got for how you see yourself is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is very mysterious. You could be a Scorpio if you chose this, or a Scorpio rising. Scorpio could play a prominent part in your birth chart. This is how you see yourself, and how you see yourself is embracing the mysteries of life, very spiritual, able to go between the worlds. You might be a medium or a psychic yourself, or if you're not practicing that right now, I see that it can be coming for you. in your future. That's going to depend whether it's near future or farther future on whether or not you are able to release your self-sabotage. You guys are, unfortunately, and hey, I hear you with this, I've been there myself personally, and it's always going to be a lifelong struggle, but it gets easier because if you want to change for the better, you will. Your will and your intent and, you know, self-love. This is a message for you about self-love. So a really strong message that is coming through is for you to release any forms of self-destruction. This is a learned behavior that you guys learned through, you know, growing up and witnessing those around you who just kind of were like the bad boy or the bad girl, and who decided to kind of hurt themselves without realizing it by doing things that, you know, weren't good for them. You know, maybe it was smoking or drinking or getting into fights a lot, beating people up, or, you know, denying themselves the pleasures of love. But when you guys have strong moods. You guys are very moody people. So when you feel those strong waves of emotion, you guys need to realize that this is your power, and there's a lot of power in this. Not only do you guys have the High Priestess, but you guys also have the Magician. So you have the embodiment of the masculine and the feminine, of the magical person, the divine seer. You guys, I'm getting a very strong, like, powerful energy from you guys, and you're like, in your life, something that you guys are really gonna have to work on is using that strong, powerful emotions and moods and energy that sometimes rises up within you guys for the good rather than the bad. And I'm not saying that anybody who chose this pile is somebody who would ever, you know, intentionally choose bad for themselves. Because if you're here and if you're watching this, you already are, you know, on a journey of self-improvement and self-love. But sometimes when you guys feel those strong emotions and those strong moods and you don't know where it's coming from, you have to have your own coping mechanisms to dealing with those strong moods. Because if you just let them overcome you, and you know, in the past, I see that you've explored these dark moods in different ways, in self-harming ways, to be honest. That's what's coming through, which, bless, like, that is a journey that we have to go through in order to learn lessons, in order to become the people that we are today. But, okay, not to get stuck on that, because that is a really strong energy that's coming through. You guys can use artistic pursuits, pursuits of romance, pursuits in the arts, something that, you know, helps you express your feelings in a positive way, or helps you to, so basically when these moods and these feelings are coming up for you guys, I'm not saying to deny them, but to express yourself creatively or artistically. Another thing that's coming through really strong is that the qualities that people love about you, that people love to be around you for, are you're very abundant. You have a strong spiritual practice. The spiritual practice card came up. So whether this is, you know, doing what I'm doing right now, divination, reading cards for people, you guys have really strong spiritual abilities, and you guys have a strong spiritual practice. So whether you do a daily chanting or a daily meditation, or you work with crystals, or you do divination in your own way, or you do sound healing, there's something that you are doing as a spiritual practice, or maybe it's candles. I'm getting the sense that you guys are more on the side of like divination, candle magic, intention setting, manifestation. That's what's coming through really strongly. So people love to be around you for this, because they know that you guys are magic and that you guys have the power to make things happen. And because you have the power to make things happen, you just have to make sure that you are keeping your thoughts, keeping your body, keeping your soul in the places that you want to go. Because whatever you guys are thinking about, whatever you guys are you know, you guys, your card that you got that is supposed to really represent you is the King of Swords. The King of Swords has the power of thought and of communication. So whatever you guys are spending your time thinking about is really, you guys have the power to manifest that and to make that happen. You guys also have the Empress, which is all about abundance and living in the lap of luxury, having everything that you need around you. And this is how people see you. People see you guys as very abundant. People love seeing your spiritual practices. And you guys have the capability to manifest whatever it is that you guys are thinking about. So this is what happens with me. Sometimes I'll just be living my life, doing the dishes, and then I'll catch myself thinking about something, you know, that is a worry of mine that I would never want to happen, or something from my past that just like doesn't make me feel good. And I have to check myself and be like, why am I giving my time and energy to this right now? It's almost like a habit that you have to go into your head, and just it starts with self-awareness. So in that moment, I'll be like, okay, I just realized that I'm having a thought that is not serving me right now. So deep breath, that's fine. You know, this is a cycle in which my brain is caught in. So now I'm gonna, you know, observe that and decide to replace it with something that is positive, something that I want in my life. Something that really helped me was writing out my values, what I personally value. And then from writing out my values, I wrote out 3 goals that I have based on those values that are really important to me. And then from those 3 goals, I wrote out actions and tasks that I can take every single day to getting there. So when you guys get stuck in your, you know, moods or your negative thought cycles, so when those thoughts are coming through and you recognize that, replace it with one of your top 3 goals. So once you do this exercise, you'll know what your top 3 goals are. And these shouldn't be the goals that people want for you, or even the goals that you think you want for yourself. They should be the goals that you truly, if you could make any wish, like pretend there's a genie and you have 3 wishes. You don't have to do anything. These wishes will come to you. Like, I'm talking about dream big. Don't just put like, you know, if you, for example, are looking for a job, don't put like your goal as getting a job. Put your goal as like whatever you wish you could spend your whole day doing. Like, that's your goal, okay? So anyways, the point here is that when you find yourself thinking these negative things and then your emotions are getting in them, stop, observe, become aware of it, and then replace it with the visualization of that goal being attained, of you in that goal, whatever that goal is. Okay, so how to invite in more love. So for those of you who chose pile number 1, you guys are like, once again, intuition is coming up. You guys got the Moon and the Awakening card. So for you guys to welcome in self-love is to welcome in the magical part of yourself, your intuition, your spiritual awakening. You guys are very, very deeply spiritual people, and you have been for many, many lives. This is like from past lives. You guys have always been very spiritual people, but the lesson that you really need to learn in this life is just really about harnessing your power for what you want. And rather than letting that strong power overtake you, you want to harness it and utilize it to get to where you want to be and to be in, you know, whatever is important to you. Also, there's the part of yourself that is kind of your shadow self, and the part that you don't want to recognize about yourself that could be helpful in seeing for you guys, pile 1, is sometimes you guys restrain your emotions a little bit. You guys are so good. I'm getting strong Scorpio energy once again. So I really feel strongly that you guys have Scorpio somewhere prominently in your chart. But yeah, you guys are really good at keeping your cool, keeping your calm, and knowing the right emotions to bring forth for other people. So everything I was saying before about having strong emotions that are kind of out of control is what's going on inside of you. But other people see you as abundant, remember? They see you as your spiritual practices and all of the abundance that is around you and flows to you. And that is because you guys are so good at keeping this, you know, part of yourself that is more like deep and dark and moody within. And what you're portraying is that, you know, you guys have it, your emotions very well under control. It's not that you're manipulating anybody. It's just that you are very emotionally intelligent when it comes to those around you, which is a part of your like psychic knowledge and psychic talent that you guys have. So what I would suggest to accept that kind of shadow self more is to be okay with expressing yourself authentically. And whether that is gonna involve like negative emotions like sadness or, anger or just thoughts, like I feel like you guys have almost like guilt. I don't know if there was like a trauma that happened in your life or that you're carrying from a past life or from an ancestor that, you guys have a little bit of trapped guilt and some trapped negative emotions. I hate to say it, pile one, but you guys a lot of the time can be your own worst enemy. And that's why self-love is gonna be the antidote. Like self-love for you guys is gonna be so important on your journey. I almost feel like it is part of your life purpose is to love and accept yourself. You guys are infinitely powerful. You have no idea. So, the more deeply you can love yourself and hold space for who you authentically are, the easier life is going to become for you. Don't go against the grain of, what you're feeling and who you are. You guys are so powerful and you ride so many like strong emotional waves. So just, really look into self-love practices that are going to be beneficial for you guys, and for self-acceptance is going to be really important for you guys. And if you guys aren't already in the middle of a very strong spiritual awakening or haven't already been walking the path of like the priestess or priest in your life, it's starting. It's starting now, or it will be starting in your future. If you haven't started, like tap into that, because that is where so much of your skills lie. So overall, for those who selected pile number 1, you guys have a strong energy, and you guys definitely have talents and skills in the realm of alchemy and magic and divination and manifestation, and you guys have the ability to have so much abundance around you. But there is just a part of you that you need to release, and this is you thinking negatively about yourself, or you worried about your negative emotions and your deep moods that come up. Just be with your emotions and allow yourself to be, and also express yourself creatively if you can. For those who chose pile 1, talk to me. Like, I feel like we have a lot in common, honestly. So let me know if you chose pile 1, and like, let's hang out. Okay, so for those of you who selected pile number 2, let's get into it. So for you guys to open up and welcome more self-love in your life, I see that you guys need to make some little tweaks in your life, little and big. Like, just, you guys are not really in alignment right now. And what I mean by in alignment, most of you probably already know what that means, but for some who don't know what that means, it means that certain people in your life, certain areas of your life, such as your job, aren't, in alignment with who you truly are, and may not be the best choices for, giving back to you what you're giving out. So I'll start with this. So the card that you guys got for a clear sign of the energy that you're in is the 8 of Wands in reverse. So the 8 of Wands is a card that's all about extreme forward momentum. Whenever this card comes up right side up, it means that things are going to be happening quickly. You could be receiving a message, like energy is propelling you forward. So you guys have the energy of the 8 of Wands in reverse, meaning that you guys, it's almost like you take 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And you feel as though that no matter how hard you try, or no matter how much of an effort you put into the things that you want to happen in your life, just these I'm almost feeling like it's these little problems or issues that keep popping up. I really sense that you guys have some people in your life that don't have maybe your best interest, or not that they are necessarily like giving you evil eye or thinking something negative about you, but that they just aren't your people. They're kind of like holding you back. So the energy for what you guys need to release is the Three of Cups, which is all about being very open, having a lot of friends, being very social. I feel like you guys are, and then you guys even have the openness card. So you guys are so open to other people's energies that you are just willing to become friends with anybody. So anybody who kind of presents themselves in your life and takes an interest in you, you're like, oh, this person is interested in me, so I'm going to be interested in them too. And you're just like a little bit, your energy is so open that you're not really being selective about who you're keeping in your circle, which is actually not allowing you to move forward in alignment with what you want in your life, because you're almost like confusing the universe with the so many different energies around you. But the way that you guys see yourself is somebody who is a great communicator, somebody who can express themselves and what they want, and someone who use their thinking mind to achieve their goals, which is great. It's just more the people, I think, that you're surrounding yourself with or that are in your life. Maybe you're that person who just tells everybody your whole life story, or just overshares, or who just accepts anybody, but that isn't really serving you. And your advice for how to invite in more love. Okay, so I have to be honest here. I do see a relationship that is a soul guided and aligned relationship. You're gonna, if you're not already in this relationship right now, you're gonna meet this person, and oh my God, I just have butterflies, warm, fuzzy feelings. You guys have the Two of Cups with the soul family card. So you guys are gonna have your soulmate in your life, and they are gonna just love you so much that they're gonna show you how to love yourself. It's not that you can't love yourself on your own, but they're just gonna, you know, light you up and make you so happy and love all the parts of yourself that you maybe didn't like about yourself, and really guide you into your self-love journey. And that's where your self-love journey is really gonna like take off. So I'm really happy for you guys. That's really exciting. So if you guys aren't already in a relationship or haven't found your soulmate, I'm also getting a message that for some of you, this is a kind of like a mentor for you, like a friendship. It's a friendship of somebody who's older than you. So they're not your parent, but they are somebody who you're not blood related to, who is kind of that you look up to. They're older than you, and they're like a friend or a mentor. This person also can really help you on your self-love journey by, you know, just they love you for who you are, and by you seeing the reflection of yourself through their eyes, it's gonna help you to learn to, you know, love yourself. So for some of you, it's going to be a soulmate and a relationship and a partnership. I feel that strongly. And then for a select few of you, it's going to be an older mentor who isn't necessarily blood related to you, who is just kind of like a guidance person for you. So your admirable qualities. I almost feel like you guys have some friends in your life who, like, they make you the butt of every joke. Like, they kind of like passive aggressively make fun of you, and you accept it because you're just so open and you love everyone. So you're just like, oh yeah, I'll be the butt of the joke, no problem. But this energy is not serving you. There's some people in your life who you need to trust that you're deep down in your gut, you know, and that you've had the thought before that, like, okay, I've kind of noticed that this person gives me backhanded compliments, or when I tell them good things that happen in my life, they're not necessarily like, their energy isn't really that happy for me, or I'm the butt of every joke that they make. Trust in your gut. I think you guys know who this is. I don't think you have to reflect on it that much, and they are actually holding you back in your life and keeping you at a standstill. So when you release this person out of your life and you align more with your soul family, those who you don't have to hide or change or be different for, and you guys find each other, or if they're already in your life, spend more time with them, because this other person in your life who it's just kind of preying on your downfall, to be honest. Like, you don't need them in your life. But moving on to your shadow self and the part of yourself that you can benefit from seeing, is that I'm getting the sense that you guys studied the wrong thing in school, or that you didn't go to school, and that really affects, either you guys didn't go to school and it kind of wears down your self-esteem, and you guys feel like almost like you're not good enough because of it, which is why you accept these people in your life who aren't really like, who make fun of you. Like, they make fun of your sore spot, and this actually is a sore spot for you, which is why you're allowing it to happen and hanging around. It's almost like you believe it, and that's because you either didn't go to school. For some of you, it's that you didn't go to school and you wanted to, or you want to study, but you feel lesser than because you didn't. Or for some of you guys just studied the wrong thing. Maybe you listened to the voice and opinion of others of what you should be studying, and you just really like picked something off of left field that you thought would be a good idea, but you are realizing isn't now, and your day-to-day is wearing you down, whether it's the school that you're in, or the job, whatever you're spending your time doing, like that's a part of the outside world, whether it's school or work. It's just not really aligned with you right now. But you guys also got the guidance card. So I have a strong feeling that this soul person that is in your life, this soul connection, really can guide you guys towards the career that you're supposed to be in and how you're supposed to be spending your time. Yeah, you guys have a big transformation that is gonna happen by making small changes in your life, if that makes sense. It's not like you guys have like a huge death that needs to happen. Like, it's not like the death card has shown up. It's just like all these little small misalignments that you just need to check in with. I would really check in, do a day where you just like check in with your friends, not with them, but like internally within yourself, like who you're spending your time with and what you're spending your time doing. And you guys could even benefit from seeing like a coach or a therapist, or somebody who you feel that you can trust and who can help guide you in the right direction. So for those who selected pile number 2, your medicine is going to be having some alone time. Having some alone time to figure out who you are without all of, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your coworkers, whoever your circle is not serving you right now. Like, you need to spend some time alone, look within, figure out who you are without all those people and what you want in your life. And then you need to start to weave a new circle, a new inner circle of people who will support that version of you. So, whatever you see for your wildest dreams, for your future, for your desires, for your passions, for what you want in your life, you need to start eliminating people who don't support that version of you. Gone, gone, gone. Doesn't mean you don't love them, doesn't mean you don't care for them. It just means that you have to fill up your own well before other people's. And you really need to like separate your energy from those around you. Like, you guys are way too tied into your circle right now, and that circle just isn't serving you. So just, your medicine is going to be spend some time alone, figure out who you are and what you want, and start hanging out with those people who support that version of yourself. Okay, pile 2, love you guys. You guys got this. Okay, so for those of you who selected pile number 3, the final pile, I'm excited to bring you your reading here. So as soon as I turned the cards over, I just got such a strong feeling that you guys are really talented. You guys have so many talents, or if you don't have so many talents, you have one talent. I feel like for some reason acting is coming up, acting or rapping or something where like you guys are in a role. Like, I don't know exactly what your talent is, but you guys are really, really talented, and this has to do with your soul purpose and what you should be doing in life. You guys, actually, I pulled some cards from 2 different tarot decks, and you got the star card in both tarot decks. So you guys, this means that you guys are filled up with passion for your life purpose and your dreams, making your dreams come true. But you guys do have a very, very strong attachment that is very, very, very like deeply rooted attachment that is not serving you. For some of you guys, this is drugs and alcohol, whether you drink or you smoke or you do some kind of drug. There's like an addiction present. So if it's not a drug, maybe you're an overeater and you hide behind food and eating. If it's not that, then it could also be a person. I'm also getting a strong like maternal figure. Maybe your mother doesn't really have a good influence on you. There's going to be different messages for different people here. So whatever, attachment is popping up in your life that is really strong, something that you almost like feel like makes up part of who you are, even though you don't want it to. It's almost like a love-hate relationship you have with this thing. This really prevents you from embodying self-love, and you need to work on this attachment or addiction, whatever it is, because behind that, you guys are like such sparkling, shining, lit up, talented individuals. Like the cards that you guys got for your admirable qualities, like, whoo, you guys got the Sage and the World. So you guys have, I feel like fame is a possibility for you. Fame is a strong possibility for you guys, and a lot of people come to you for your wisdom and your advice and your charisma. Okay, you guys have a very strong charisma, for sure, and it's really like infectious, and people appreciate that about you, which is why I see fame for you guys. But this attachment or addiction, whatever it is, you guys got the protection card. You guys have to protect yourself. So whether that's eating clean, not consuming like preservatives or things that are bad for you, or whether it's detoxifying your body from substances, or whether it's spiritually cleansing and taking salt baths and spending time in nature, grounding, you guys really need to, protect yourself, protect your heart, protect your energy. For the cards of how you guys see yourself, you guys have the Strength card. So you guys know that you guys are strong people, and I can really sense that you guys have a strong charisma and also a very strong will, which is why you're so attached to this thing. You need to use that strong will for good, for your talents and showing your skills and charisma to the world and to people, rather than for this negative attachment. So you guys are very strong in the heart. You guys are like heart people. You're very courageous. You guys have a big heart, and you guys have ideas. Like, once again, I don't know whether it's act or whether you guys write, or I'm getting like rhyming or words. Maybe you are a songwriter. I don't know exactly what your talent is, or maybe just because this is for so many people, there's just multiple talents, but you guys have a big heart and you guys have a big talent and charisma to share, and you guys are really strong people. And you're just spectacular. Like, the word spectacular just comes up. But really, in order to make the most of your self-love and to embody self-love, I really suggest that you don't make hasty decisions, because you guys are very impulsive people. Impulsive, yeah, you guys are very impulsive. So you guys just do things on the fly. You go with what you feel in the moment, and this is what helps you with your, creative talents, but it doesn't help you in other areas of your life. You need to like really almost like ground. You guys need to ground your energy and protect yourselves. from this negative attachment that you have that is just not serving you. Another thing that is really coming up strongly for you guys is travel. So I feel like you guys could be taking a trip. Either you have, or but for a lot of you, I'm getting you are going to take a trip that is really going to turn your life around. It's almost going to be like, not spiritual in the sense where you're going to be doing spiritual things. You might not even recognize it as spiritual, but it's going to have a profound effect on you, and it's going to really help you to release this attachment, whether it is an attachment to a family member who you have a lot of trauma with, or whether it is an addiction. You guys are going to go on some sort of travel that is going to open your eyes to a new world and just really help you stop associating yourself with this thing that, you know, isn't actually a part of who you are. Who you guys are is freaking awesome, but for some reason, you know, you guys have this kind of trauma bond and this attachment that just isn't serving you, and going on this travel and on this trip is gonna like infuse you guys with so much inspiration for your talent and really help you to not associate that trauma with yourself. You're gonna realize that it's just something that, you know, occurs in your life, and that you move on and you move forward from it, and that you learn from it, and that's how it is carried with you, rather than something that's like the devil on your shoulder, or like the something on your back. Like you're gonna just be able to like get that off your back and release that. Or it could mean the person who you're around, that when you're with them, you almost feel like all of your, you know, energy and thoughts and everything is going towards them, like they're sucking it right out from like your solar plexus area. You guys could benefit from doing work on your solar plexus chakra and tapping into your strength, because you guys have a great heart, but your solar plexus could use a little bit of work on just creating boundaries and creating your boundary between you and this thing that isn't serving you. And like figure out where you guys want to travel to or go, because there's some answers for you guys on a travel or on a trip. Okay, so that's it for everyone who chose pile number 3. You guys are spectacular, charismatic, like you really like light people up with your personality and who you are. So that is your advice on how to embody more self-love in your life. Thank you so much for watching my reading on how to embody self-love and how to bring more self-acceptance into your life. I know that this reading really did go in depth and went to some intense places, but you know, that is the work of the person who really wants to embody their whole authentic selves and live in authenticity. So I commend you for being brave enough to be doing that work. And I'm so honored and glad that I could bring this reading to you, and I would love to do more readings with you. And don't forget to comment down below and let me know if the reading resonated with you and if there's any other types of readings that you would love me to do. And I'll see you guys soon.